What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week to chit chat with you about all of the crafty things I've been getting my hands onto. Yet again, it is just knitting and crochet. Crochet? No, cross stitch. Knitting and cross stitch. That's what we're going to discuss today. I'm coming to you from a currently not raining Pacific Northwest, but the rains have come and I'm actually happy for it. I like the dark and the gray and the rain because then I get to hermit and no one looks at me funny for it. Perfect. I love that. But right now it is not raining, though it will later. It's supposed to rain all week. And again, I'm here for it. I live in the Pacific Northwest for a reason. That reason is gray and rain. Right, so I do have some tea. I'm dealing with some life stuff right now, and because of that, one of my dear friends, one of my sweet, sweet friends, decided that I needed new tea. And they're not wrong. I mean, do I need new tea? No, but new tea makes me happy. So they gave me a few, like 3, different types of Earl Grey from Friday Afternoon Tea. Now, Friday Afternoon Tea, she does some great teas. She does great mixtures. So if you're interested in some different but very tasty teas, go to Friday Afternoon. I think it's fridaytea.com is technically her website. And this one is just a double cream Earl Grey. It is a light caffeine. She also gave me, my friend also gave me a very heavy, big caffeine. I did not go with the big caffeine today because I don't know why, but I didn't. And it's living in my tea goth mug because of reasons. It's a good mug. That's one of the reasons. Also, yeah. It does smell really good. I mean, it's an Earl Grey. But let's taste it. I haven't tasted this one yet. Oh. Oh, that is very nice. It is a very light Earl Grey. If you find Earl Grey's a little too bitey, this one would probably be your cup of tea. It is very smooth and light and smells divine. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Tea. I'll just keep pretending it makes everything better. Now, oh, that's a really good tea. I'm going to be sipping that a lot today. And it's going to be fan-dabulous. But we're not here to watch me drink tea. That would be a very, very different type of channel. Not the one I am. But we are here for stitching. And I have some to show you. I have some knitting as well, as I stated. But let us get to the one and only finish that I have. Yes, I finished something. It is not fully finished for, I'm bad at that, but I did finish something. I had been working on Witch's Garden Crafts 31 Days of Poe, and I had been keeping up with it. To the point that, yes, I finished it on the 31st, and I'm quite chuffed. Shall I show you? Oh yeah. Here we go. There it all is. I'm going to pull it forward so you can get a good long look at all the beautiful Poe bits. Yep. This was a wonderful mystery stitch along. I enjoyed it very much. A little piece came out every single day, every day in October. Hence the 31 Days of Poe. I did use the called for fabric. It is a Witch's Garden Crafts, I want to say 28 county clips. It is an even weave. I did use DMC. I did use it 2/2. And here is the beauty that it is. Oh, it is so good. I really enjoyed this one. Thank you, Susie, for bringing my attention to this stitch along. Otherwise, I might not have known about it. And I very much enjoyed it. No clue what I'm going to do with it, but that's okay. It'll go live in the drawer of doom. But that's fine. I enjoyed working on it. And look at all the fun. Look at it all. Oh, I enjoyed this. I think for my Make It Murder Sal, that I'm going to be starting in January. I know months. I think this knife here is going to be the knife that I put in my goose's beak, because I think this knife is hugely oversized and will therefore make my murder goose very funny. If you have not heard of the Make It Murder Sal, it is the... Names are difficult for me today, so I'm going to put their name here. I want to say cross stitch the globe is what I want to say. Their YouTube, Flosstube. I want to say it's them. Oh my gosh, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I will put the right name here. They're doing a Make It Murder Sal, and it's just where you take a normal piece of stitching and you make it just a teeny bit murdery. So when I was at when I was at Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit, I was sitting next to Elizabeth, who is Savory Stitching, and we decided that we would do weird things from the 80s and turn it into murder stuff, and I chose a goose. I forget what they chose. Theirs was also really, really good, and my brain is just gone. But they're delightful, and you should definitely watch them to see what they used for their Make It Murder Sal. Mine will be started in January, and yeah, I think that's the knife I'm going to use. Anyhow, this was my finish. I'm happy that I stayed up to date with this stitch along, and I did finish it on time, so I get to polish that halo real nice and shiny. That said, I'm working on another stitch along currently. It would be the Fine Frog Stitching Mystery Stitch Along for Plants and Petrichor. I have been working on it also over the last few weeks. And it is still in the Q-Snap because we have one more release. And I am up to date. Yes, I'm up to date on this one as well. So, since the last time I've shown you, I think all I've put in is this bust here with the little plant next to it, and then the lovely little picture of the black kitty with some more candles. Obviously, this will be the last thing, and it is going to be a plant because we have all the leaves, the voids. The voids over here are obviously tendrily leaves of some sort of pothos. Would be my bet. If that is all we get, I think, now I don't know if I have the talent to do this, but I think I want to put some sort of potted urn over here and maybe over here as well. Whether I have the talent to pull that off and make it look seamless like it was supposed to be there, we'll see. But I want to fill in these two sections over here. I've also thought of faking a little bookshelf over here and filling it with little books and then putting a plant over here. We'll see. We'll see. If nothing appears in these two spots, maybe we'll get some extras. I don't know. I want these two spots filled though, and if they are not, I may attempt with my poor skills to try and do something there, just because I want it to feel more crowded and full, evidently. But yes, that is where we are now. I have oh wow, the sun is desperately trying to peek through the clouds right now. Oh my gosh, we could almost see the sun. What is that shiny orb up there? I don't know, but it's definitely messing with my lighting. Anyhow, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying I'm very much enjoying this piece. I like all the little bits. I am using all the called for colors. I am doing this 2/2 on a 32 count Be Stitch Me fabric that I purchased in a Friday night fight night, my only one. I'm ridiculously proud that I've only succumbed to that once. Probably because I'm always busy on Fridays. That might be the real reason I have never succumbed more than once, but I can pretend that it's willpower. Anyhow, I got it in a Friday night fight night, and it does not have a name, but it is a beautiful piece, and I'm going to have all this extra left over, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's going to be something beautiful because this piece is really lovely. Anyhow, I am up to date on this one as well, so the 12th piece will come out on Friday. So the next time I film, which will still be in November, I will have this one done as well. I'm so good. Okay, I'm not, but I'm so good staying up on these two stitch-alongs. Don't talk to me about any of my other stitch-alongs. do not mention things like Autumn Lane Designs and my forest witchy lady who I think is still stuck at month 5. We do not speak of such things. Oh, that is really good tea. We don't. Anyhow, those are my 2 stitch alongs. One is finished and one is just on the cusp of being finished, and I very much enjoyed both. Witch's Garden Crafts is putting out a lot of free patterns right now. She put out one, it was called Hex the Patriarchy. The temptation to start that is really high right now, so we'll see. We'll see if I do. I still have 4 starts that I can do this year for my 50. 2 are filled, which leaves 2 open, and maybe Hex the Patriarchy will have to be one of those 2. We'll see. Time will tell. But let's get back to whips, because I have a couple more. I have my, I was calling it 100 days project. No, 100 stitches a day. That's what I was all confused about what I was calling it last month. Last episode. Last filming. Last time. Anyhow, this is my 100 stitches a day project. I did not bring the cover or anything else. I just brought the piece itself. This is a Plum Street sampler, and it is called Home for Christmas. And like I said, I have been working on it 100 stitches a day, and I am getting real close. Yes, it has a huge arch in it, but that's because I don't have any tension on this part. It is actually straight, I promise you. This is all just Q-Snap illusion here. I did work on this for the last 2 weeks. I am up to date. I am actually through today. And I have 1 second. I need to sneeze. Bless me. I'm back. I was saying, I have worked on filling in all of these lovely pomegranates in the tree. I put in all of the rest of the vines. And then I did Happy Little Boy Cardinal and Happy Little Girl Cardinal. Yes, there are both. In this light, you can almost see the pumpkins. In real life, you actually can see the pumpkins that are in my vases here. And now I am working on filling in this border, which is going to look just like this one. I filled in the rest of the borders on this as well. So that is all the work that I did on it over the past 2 weeks. I think, guesstimating here, I may be able to get this done before the next time I film. So this should be done then. At which point, I'm not sure if I'm going to pull out another 100 stitches a day project to finish out the rest of the year. Probably not, as December tends to be, well, busy with all of the advents that I purchase. And this December may be more odd than others. We will see. That said, I think this will be done before the end of November. I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be very, very lovely. And I have very much enjoyed doing my 100 stitches a day. It definitely gets some good progress done on a piece, and I'm liking it. So all that's left, like I said, is this here. The words Home for Christmas, I think, are here, or Welcome Home, or something like that. I don't remember. I think it's Welcome Home. And there are some random snowflakey, motify things just kind of scattered throughout this section that I have not done. That's why I think I can get it done. This is full stitching, so it'll be the part that takes me the most time. And yeah, as you can see, I've barely started. I just have that little bit done. So good. Okay, son, you are being very weird. Is what it is, though. Good tea. So that is my 100 stitches a day project. So lovely. I am using all of the called for threads. It came as a kit. There's DMCs, there's Gentle Arts, and I am doing this 1/2 on the called for linen, which is I think a 36 count. Not exactly sure. Those are the stats on that one. Where am I putting you? I don't know where I'm putting you. I also worked on A Drearier Day one more time. It is living in this kitty bag. I don't know why, but it is. So this is A Drearier Day. A Drearier Day. We're just going to have that all blown out. No one's going to be able to see you. And this is by the Artsy Housewife. Absolutely adoring this piece. I kitted this up at Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. Everything but the linen. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I don't remember where I kitted this up. All I know is I started it, and I have been working on it. Worked on it a little bit more. Right now, I am just focusing on doing all of the black. So now it says, I shall sin ushers. I shall sin ushers. I shall. I have filled in more of the raindrops up here, filled in another of the acorns, and outlined more of the leaves. I will continue to work across this piece using just the black until all of the black is done, and then I can fill it in like a coloring book. This is on a 40 count Be Stitch Me in, I have no clue what the color is. Let's see if I can find out. I don't remember, and I'm not finding it. Cold foam, or I don't know. No, I don't know. I do not recall what fabric it is other than it is a Bestitch Me. Let me pull out the threads though, because I do have them. I think I knew last time I talked about Drearier Day. Oh my goodness. Having issues today. I think I knew what it was last time I talked about it. I don't remember what it is this time. Anyhow, I am using the Roxy Floss Co. conversion. So the black that I am using is this one. It is charcoal, and all of those are so lovely against this fabric, which I wish I could tell you what it was. But I don't have a clue, and I didn't leave it on here. Is it cold foam? It could be cold foam. Or that could be a lie. I honestly don't remember what it is. I do remember it's Bestitch Me. That's it. Anyhow, very much enjoying this one. Not sure when it will come out again, but I have been liking it, so I'm sure it will. Oh my goodness, that sun. Definitely doing a number on things right now. All right, I am back. Just having a moment here. Those are almost all of my stitching whips. I do have one more. I'll get to it in a second, but I wanted to show you my knitting as well. Living in here is my Go Go Dynamo shawl from Stephen West. It is the Mystery Knit Along shawl from this year. I am not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. I hit a little bit of a double wall and put it away. I will be back to it. I was up through clue 3 when clue 4 dropped, and I started clue 4, but I know that I want to do the secondary option of clue 4, the optional border at the bottom, and it's gonna be daunting and huge, and that kind of sucked up my willpower, so I didn't even finish the first part of clue 2. But I am working on it. Ah, yes. I think I showed part of this last time, because I think I talked about how these look like squares to me and not triangles. So, I don't know, maybe I didn't. All I know is I have done bubbles, triangles, squares, bubbles, triangles. I think there's bubbles and then a little bit at the end. And then the official portion of the shawl will be done. But I want to schlenk it. I want a giant schlenk. So I am going to come down here and I'm going to pick up stitches and I'm going to do the extra border at the end. I don't know when I'll get back to this one. Probably not too long. Well, it'll depend. I burnt my finger. See that finger right there? I don't want to insult anyone, but I burnt my finger really, really badly the other day, to the point that it's blistered. I poured boiling hot water over my hand because I'm a moron. I didn't mean to, but I'm a klutz. Anyhow, it has curtailed all of my knitting is all I am saying. So I'm not sure when I'll get back to this one, but I hope soon, because I would like to finish at least this part. I have very much enjoyed the Go-Go Dynamo this year. I liked the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along shawl that he created for this past year, or for this year. It was very fun to work on. I used Holstgarn Super Soft in a light gray and a medium gray. I also held some mohair in with it on occasion for the mohair dare. But yeah, haven't finished it. I will soon. Well, soon is relative. I will before the next Mystery Knit Along comes out. I didn't succeed at that last year, but I will this year. Maybe I'll finish both of them before the next one comes out. We'll see. Anyhow, I do very much like this one. I think it's very pretty, and I think once I'm finished with it and wash and block it, it will be gorgeous. I am using the called for needles, which were a US 4 3.5 millimeter, and I need to remind myself, if I do another Stephen West Mystery Knit Along shawl, go up a needle size. Go up a needle size, go up a needle size. I think I'll be happier. The fabric is fine. It doesn't feel too dense, but I think I would still be perfectly happy if it were a needle size up, and I would get a little more size, which is what I would like. Yeah, that's what's living in here. Still loving it. These are my stitch stoppers that I have, needle stoppers that I have on there. And it is living in my Bags by Awesome Granny library bag. Yeah, that is one of the knitting things I worked on. The other main knitting thing I worked on lives in here. This is my mushroom bag from Fat Squirrel Fiber, because I absolutely love her bags. This is my hard cider by Thea Coleman. I was missing it. I was missing it a lot while I was working on my Go-Go Dynamo, and finally I was just like, heck with it. I'm going to put the Go-Go Dynamo away. I want to work on my sweater. And so I did. This sweater is being done in Les Garçons British DK. It is 70% BFL wool and 30% mushroom wool. It is a non-superwash. And I have finished the body of the sweater. I would be farther had I not burnt my finger, because the day after I burnt my finger was the day that I was going to start the sleeves. And now I can't, because I can't knit. Now, here it is. Here it is. There. Oh, let me bring it forward. This is the lace detail on the bottom of the sweater. It is on both sides. Doot, doot. It's hard to see in this lighting and in this color. But there it is, and there's my 1x1 rib at the bottom. This is going to be so delightful. I put it on, and it is at just the right length. Since this isn't on superwash, I don't really have to worry about it growing. So I believe that the really nice length will stay that way even after I wash and block it. But oh, I wish you could feel this one. I wish you could. In real life, you can see this detail a lot better. But yeah, there it is. It's just this pretty little lacy detail on the sides, and then over here as well. It's so good. I absolutely adore this sweater, and I think I would probably be finished with one of the sleeves with the way I was going after this sweater, with the way I was knitting it. I was just loving it so much. The yarn is so lovely to work with that I just, it felt so good. I think I would probably be done with one of the sleeves, if not for that. Last time I was here and I showed it off, that was my progress. So yeah, that I finished the rest of the sweater body. The sweater body. Sadly, right now it's just a vest. And I don't want a vest, I want a sweater. So I need to pick up for the sleeves and knit them as soon as my finger is healed. This has been a delight. Oh, I forgot to tell you the colorway. Carmen's Story is the colorway that I have. And I'm not worried at all about running out of yarn for the sleeves. Not at all. Not even a little. Don't know what I'm going to do with the extra, like, 2.5 skeins. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe the arms will take more than I think. Seems unlikely, but maybe they will. They are kind of bulky arms. I love this sweater so much. Cannot wait to get back to it. But what I will get back to is my knitting. Nope, stitching, because that was my knitting. My stitching. I did pull out a project. It's living in this bag by Dot Dot Goose Designs. Just a autumnal-ish bag. Living in here is my village of Hawkrun Hollow. Yeah, I have pulled out my village of Hawkrun Hollow again. Now, I started this years ago, and I did some outlines of the squares. And then when I pulled it out again, when I got back into stitching, I realized that not all of my squares were stitched. And it was just the outlines. Not all my squares were outlined the same direction. My stitches were going different directions in the outlines of the squares. And I thought for a moment, perhaps I can put up with that. No, I can't. No, I really can't. So it got all ripped out this year and restarted. And when I restarted it, I think I had 2 squares done. Since then, I've been doing some more. This is on 40 Count Sand Dune by Lakeside Linen. Yes, I've had it so long that it was easy to get the fabric. I know. I'm also using a Vicki Clayton Silks conversion. And here's her silks. This is when she was doing them on these tags. So, I hate these tags. These tags are not convenient, but this is how it comes, and I am slowly messing with them. But I love Vicki Clayton Silks. Yeah, let me show you where I have made it to. Woohoo! So I have 6 squares outlined, 7 squares outlined, 8 squares outlined. Yep, I only have to do these 4 squares, and all of it will be outlined, and I can work on whatever square I want to, whenever I want to. And I have plans for that, which I will tell you right now, because heck with it, I don't need to talk to you about plans in plans. I can talk to you about it whenever I want. I am the master of my Flosstube. My plan is to use this as a 12 by 12. I know a lot of people do 12 by 12. They start 12 projects that they want to finish in the coming year. Start at noon, finish, work an hour on each project until midnight. 12 by 12. Project started by midnight for New Year's Eve. Well, I started 50, or I will have started 50 projects by New Year's Eve. And I don't think I want to start anything right away. It stopped recording me and I didn't notice. So let me go back. I think where I was I don't think I'm going to be wanting to start a whole lot of new things right away in 2025 because I'll have started 50 this year. I already know I will be starting a couple of things. I will be starting Modern Folk Embroideries Stitch Along for 2025. It's very, very lovely. I've already purchased it. I will be starting it. And I think that is when I will be waiting until January to start the Sunshine Stitchers Put a Bird on It Sal, because I liked it and it's fun and I want to do it, so I'm going to. So I'll be starting both of those in January, which means I didn't want yet another new start. I didn't. Excuse me. So the way I am going to do my 12 by 12 is each hour I will work on a new square. So each square will get an hour, or however much time I can give it during that hour. So each square will have a little bit put put into it on New Year's Eve. It's so pretty, or it will be. I mean, right now it's just boxes on a brown fabric. It's not very exciting, but it will be exciting. And I'm excited about it. I've been debating playing with some of the names. I know a lot of people change the names on the squares. And, oh, I'm doing it 1/2, by the way. That's pretty standard for 40 count, but I figured I'd let you know. Having issues. Anyhow, I know a lot of people will change, like the Reverend Isaiah Cook, or they'll spell his name right. I don't know if I'm going to actually change any of the names. I've half tempted to change Isaiah's name. I don't know if I actually will, or if I just leave it out and turn that into just a building. I don't know. I know I'm not going to change Opal's boarding house because I don't want to have to rechart that. I could change, what is that? Nathan Huffer. I could just change that to something, but I don't know if I'll bother. I might just leave these names, and it can be my happy little fictional little town. I don't know. Only time will tell. Some of these are going to go nice and quick, stitching wise. Like, this one's not too horribly filled. That one's, you know, full coverage. This one's pretty solid. This one could be pretty safe. That one also pretty safe. That one, yeah. These, we'll see. We'll see. I have plans for this one, as you heard, for 12 by 12. I'm also making my 2025 plans, which are still in flux, but I'm working on them. And when I do my whip parade, which will be sometime between the 28th of December and New Year's Eve, I will also have my plans in that. They will be finalized. Oh, I'm also starting my Make It Murder Sal in January. So yeah, I don't want 12 new starts on New Year's Eve. So those are all of my whips. I did have one new start. Now this would be start number, I can't do maths right now, so I'll put the number here. And it is living in this bag that I picked up. This is my Black Sampler November start. I started, well, Kim Stitchery on Instagram started this with me at the beginning of the month. This is AKGIT 1833 by Modern Folk Embroidery. It's a big sampler. I am using Virlanda by Roxy Flosco. I got an entire mini hank. So that is all the threads. Excuse me. And I have it on a giant piece of Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. This is a 40 count Duxbury. I'm doing this 1/2. And yes, I have left it on the giant piece of fabric. Because I am paranoid about measuring this wrong. I could count it all out. I'm still paranoid. So I'm just leaving it for now. And here is my progress. It's so pretty. It's so good. I love it on this fabric so much. I have finished all of this one band. I have done 4 of the crowns and the A, B, C, D. It's so good. Look at that. I love this color on this fabric. Now, it's going to be a big piece. It's not going to be this. Well, I don't know if it'll be this big. It's going to be huge though. And I cannot wait to get back to it. I don't know if I will get any more of it done this month, but I love it, and I'm so happy to have started it. Pull it forward for you so you can see all those details. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it barely fits in this bag because of the giant piece of fabric. I don't care. I don't care. I can work around all that fabric. It's all good. I should have put the paper in first before I... There we go. So that was my new start, leaving me with 4 more starts for the year. I do know that one of them will be the Modern Folk Embroidery Roxy Floss Co. Evertote Advent for this year. It is Nordic themed this year. I've already received my box. I did technically open my box, but only because it was soaking wet when I got it, and I wanted to make sure that nothing was damaged inside. So I opened it to see that everything was not sopping wet like the box was. I was safe, so all is well. That will be one of my 4 new starts. The second of my 4 starts that are left will be my final start of the year, my birthday start on the 28th, and that is going to be a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. I have that all kitted up, just waiting for me. I know so many people have started it this year, and last year, and many years in the past. Many people are working on it, is what I'm saying. So if you happen to be free on the 28th and you've already started it, feel free to work on it and call it my birthday stitch along. If you don't want to start a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger, just stitch on something that has an animal. Anything will do. And you can just say, hey, she's turning 50 and I'm doing it for her. And I'll say thank you. That leaves 2 starts that are open. I mentioned I may want to do Hex the Patriarchy. Very tempting. Or I may just want to stick with cozy stuff. I'm not sure where my mood is taking me right now. This is the other piece that I am thinking of starting. I know I've had many starts that I'm thinking about, but right now I either want to Hex the Patriarchy or I want some cozy cookies and hot cocoa and books by candlelight in the fall with a nice blankie. And I'm not sure which is calling to me more right now. But I have a feeling one of these 2 will be started by the next time I film. And we will see. So that's some of my plans, to pick one of the 2. I'm leaving one open, one start open, because this would put me, if I start one of those 2, it'll put me to 3 new starts, and I've already told you I have plans for 2, so that leaves one open. And the reason I am trying desperately to leave one open like that is because I have some advent calendars coming my way. A couple. Both in the knitting world and the cross stitch world and the tea world. Some I've already received, and they're just waiting for me. I realize I will likely be tempted by one of the cross-stitch advents and want to start one of them. So that is why I'm leaving that one open. Should anything call to me very, very loudly, I will want to start that, because I'm very much trying to stick with just the 50 starts. I don't want to fall into 51 or 2. So that is why I am leaving one just blank and open, so that temptation can grab me by the throat and I can run with it. I'm not quite sure how that worked, but you all understand. You all understand. Anyhow, I might go cozy or I might go hexy. We don't know. Nobody knows. Other plans for the rest of this month. I'm hoping my finger gets better. I have it covered because I have a huge blister right here, a burn blister, and I don't want to pop it on accident. I'm trying to keep it protected so that it can heal. But that means that I can't knit because of the way I hold my knitting projects and my stitching and how I hold my thread. This gets used a lot. So you can still see there's quite a bit of red right here. There's quite a bit of red right here. I did a number. I did a real solid number on my poor finger. So that is putting some of my plans kind of on hold, but I'm going to put these plans out as if possibly I will be able to do some of my knitting, because I really want to. I'm missing it. I want to work more on my hard cider. I would love, love, love to get all of one sleeve done. I really would. At least one sleeve. I would love to get it all done before December. I don't think that's going to be practical with this. However, that is, I'm crossing my fingers that I can maybe do it. We'll see. I would like to at least finish the first part of the Clue 4 for my Go-Go Dynamo to finish the shawl. I'm going to do the optional bottom, but I want to do the technical finish of the shawl. I would love to get that done. I will be continuing on my home for Christmas. I think that will be done by the next time that I film, which is very exciting. I will do the final release for Plants and Petrichor, and depending on how that release goes, I may add some bits on my own or realize that I don't have that type of talent and just leave it as it is. We will see. We will see. I will finish the last 4 squares on my Villages of Hakron Hollow, so that all of that is prepared for 12 by 12 at the end of the year. And I will have 1 new start. What it will be, only time will tell. You'll have to come back in 2 weeks to find out. But there will be 1 new start. As for everything else, I'm not exactly sure. Those are my firm plans. Like well, the knitting is not exactly firm, but the stitching is definitely firm. Those are definitely things that I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to pull back out A Drearier Day. I don't know if I'm going to see if I can pull out a couple more of my Halloween stitches that didn't get touched this year. I'm tempted by a couple of them, and so I might. My dryer's done. I don't know if I'll just throw caution to the wind and pull out whatever I want. I have all of these lovely stitches that I've started, and so many of them are calling to me. I don't know, maybe I'll just be like, I want to start Autumn from Mirabilia and work on my Maiden of the Season Autumn. I just want to work on her. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do when it comes to everything else. But there will be more. There will be more stitching than what I have called for in my plans. I just don't have the exacts on that. So let's get into stash. I have a little. Not a lot, but I have a little. I received my Scattered Seed Samplers Sweets of the Vine Pin Keep. I was in the Birds and Berries series that she did. This is the third and final of the year. I have started the first 2. I have not started this one, obviously. This one will join its buddies in the same bag because I have been keeping them in the same bag, and when I finish both of those other ones, I will probably start this one. Maybe these will go on my 100 stitches a day next year. I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know that. I do know that smalls are going to be put into my 100 stitches a day plans for next year. But I don't know when this one will come out. But it's very cute, and it has all of everything to finish it up. That's so sweet. So I got that. I got some Row 1 minis. I think I'm going to put this on hold for a couple of months. These are minis from the Golden Pearls. And there are some lovely colors. I love this one right here. And this purple here. Those are good. Those are good. But yeah, I might be putting this one on hold for a couple of months. We will see. Excuse me. I also got my Yarnable for the month of November. And this is a very pretty color. It's called Let's Get Basted. I'm hoping that is a pun for basting a turkey. And not, I don't know, where else do you baste things? In sewing, I would think. Those, very pretty. Eventually, I think that will become, I was thinking socks, but now I'm thinking I want to turn this into a muscle bra. I think that would be a really neat looking muscle bra. We will see. Yeah. Other than that, I only purchased one more thing, and that would be, I got the Doodle Knit directory. I have a few of the Doodle Knit decks. They're really fun. And so I bought the book. It has, how can I show? How can I show? How can I show without showing? It has colorwork motifs that you can play with. All sorts. I don't want to give away the actual charts. But what is super fun is I can use these for cross stitch as well. And I totally will. I totally will. Oops, sorry. Look at the raccoon. Look at the raccoon. He is so cute. Anyhow, I am amused at this Doodle Knit directory. Oh my goodness. And it's just fun. At the back there are patterns for making. Let me see if I can. There we go. For making a cowl. Yeah, I can show the whole page. For making a cowl. Nice and easy. These are all set for DK, light worsted, or sport weight that achieves gauge. And the gauge that they are talking about is 24 stitches and 24 rounds and 4 inches. If it's a cowl though, so if you wanted to make out a fingering weight, which is what I will likely do, I think I'm just going to add another repeat for a motif. Maybe 2. We will see. Anyhow, so there's directions to do that for a cowl, an infinity cowl, a scarf, a hat. Oh, the hat is cute. Oh, you could do so much fun with a hat. A headband, not really my thing. Mittens. Look at the sheepy mittens. They are so cute. Fingerless mitts. Socks. Again, most of these are for DK weight, except for the fingering weight socks. Oh yeah. Anyhow, I have several of the decks, and now I have the directory, and it's just fun. It's just fun. One of the yarn advents that I got this year is a DK weight one, because I wanted a DK weight one, so I got a DK weight one, and I am thinking of turning it into a doodle cowl. That's my thoughts, at least right now, and I think it would be fun. I doubt I would be able to keep up with it every day, because it is a full 24, 25 day countdown advent, and I don't think I could do one of these every day. An entire motif every day? Well, I guess it would depend on the size of the motif. There are definitely some that I could do, but not all of them. But I could just like live in the winter ones. They're so fun. They are so fun. There's a teapot. There's a teapot and a French press, people. Anyhow, if you like to play with color work and you just want all the motifs for days and 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 days, well, I got you. Well, they got you. This is Jamie Lomax. They're the ones who came up with the doodle decks, and now I have the doodle book. Did I need it? No. Did I want it? Yes. Will it be fun? Yes. Will it get used? Heck yes. That's all my purchases. Like I said, I'm trying to, well, all my purchases except for all of the advents that are showing up. But those I didn't purchase recently except for one. I did purchase an advent just this last week, because Shakespeare Peddler, Kitten Stitcher, she did an advent again this year. She did. And I heard about it. And I've had some bad news recently. And I spent my feelings, is what I did. I spent my feelings. And I purchased that Advent, even though I shouldn't have. I did it anyway. And so I'm excited to have it show up, and I will be opening it when I do Vlogmas this year. For I will be doing Flossmas, Vlogmas, whatever you want to call it. I will be doing that again this year. And I will be opening all of my Advents. All of them. I don't even know how many I have anymore. And right now I don't care, because I'm going to enjoy it. And we all need enjoyment in our lives right now. Anyhow, this tea is really good. Life. Lifey, life, life, life. I don't want to talk about it. I will later. I will later. There's stuff going on right now, and hence purchasing my feelings and my friends giving me tea. There's stuff going on right now, and I'll talk about it later. But right now is not that time. Life is lifing, and I don't know what else to say about it right now. Nothing is what I'm going to say about it right now. But if I'm seeming odd and off, life is why. Other than that, Halloween was fantastic. It was bucketing rain here, and yet so many kids still showed up. I loved it. I loved it. It was fantastic to see all these poor soaked kids. I had lots of kids showed up though. It was really good. I had a group of like 8 teenagers who showed up. They were all in costume. It was fantastic. I like when teenagers show up. I think it's great that they're still kids. They are. And I think it's fun when they're still doing kid things like going trick-or-treating as a group. They were so happy and friendly and they seemed like good kids. I don't know these kids, but they were like juniors in high school. And fully dressed. I made one stay off the porch though because I was afraid that his giant inflatable costume wouldn't fit on the porch. They were having a blast. They were just having a good time. Lots of little ones, and they were so cute. I think my favorite. I had 2 favorites, I think. One was a little kid who was like, I don't like M&Ms because I had a mix of chocolates, and his mother was like, you don't be picky. She was so embarrassed. I was like, that's fine. And I let him pick out all the M&Ms. I was giving handfuls. I picked out the M&Ms, grabbed a couple of different types of candies and threw those in his basket, and he was very happy. I thought that was kind of cute. I don't like M&Ms. It was kind of sweet. And the other kid was the one that confused me. I opened the door, and he says, trick or treat, and he hands me 2 mini candy canes. He hands me candy after saying trick or treat. I was just like, what? It blew my brain. I was so confused. And then I look behind his giant umbrella that he was carrying, and I see that his father is dressed as an elf and has a giant basket of candy canes, and the kid was walking around handing out candy canes. Well, I forget what he was dressed as, the kid. He was dressed all Halloween. And it was just sweet. It was so confusing. My brain was just like, cannot process. I thought it was hilarious. So I had to reciprocate his gift of candy canes, and I had to reciprocate with chocolate of my own. And so he still left with chocolate, as he should on Halloween while trick-or-treating. But yeah, my brain just about... I'm not used to people handing me things when they're trick-or-treating. Anyway, I found it hilarious. Many cute, adorable kids running around in their adorable costumes. There was a Squishmallow kid dressed up as some sort of Squishmallow monster, squishy thing. So many. It was good. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave the rest of life there. Just gonna. Right. I'm going to let you all go. I need to edit, upload, and do a lot of stuff, like finish my laundry. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. It will still be before Thanksgiving. Barely. It will be the week of Thanksgiving. I will still film that week. And then I'll be seeing you for Vloggy Flossmas again this year. I hope all of you have whatever care you need, and remember to sometimes just drown your worries in some tea. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to continue to try and do that. So until later, I wish you all the best. Take care all. Bye-bye.